Good evening everyone, hope you are all doing well. This video is the third video in the series. We are covering the MLC. This part of the video is very important, where we are going to see the conditions of engagement or employment of seafarers on board the ship. Okay, so please watch this video till the end. You will get a lot of information very specific to what you need to know. Also for the office staff, what is this MLC about, and what is this conditions of employment, what is mentioned in the MLC. You will have a very good picture of it from this video. Thank you so much. Take care, be safe, have a nice day. Hello everyone, let's continue to the video. In this video we will be covering the conditions of employment. This is the third video in the series, where to brief we had to summarize what we have seen till now. We had started the Maritime Labour Convention. Initial video I had told what is the Maritime Labour Convention, where did it come from, why was it required, and what is it which is doing, which was not getting done before. Okay. In the second video, I had also mentioned and informed that there are 5 major parts in the convention, which is equally important for the shore staff who are dealing with seafarers and the seafarers themselves. Okay, so last video we covered the first part, which is basically the Title 1, which covers the eligibility for going on board. Okay, MLC convention gives certain requirements that it should be age criteria, medical criteria, all the conditions are there which makes the eligibility to go on board. Okay, that's what we saw in the previous video. If you have not watched the video, please do go and visit www.themaritimeplatform.com. There you have a lot of videos relating to this, and this video where I have started talking about MLC is also in that website. Okay, and this video will be covering the second title, which is the second part, you can tell, which talks about the conditions of employment. Okay, conditions of employment. Again, this is a little longer section and the most important section or title in MLC convention. Okay, so please ensure you see this video till the end. Okay, and let's start the video. Conditions of employment. First one is Seafarers Employment Agreement. Okay, this is basically the SCA or the contract which you sign before going on the ship. Okay, this is very important document. This is always given in the last minute. It is always not seen by the seafarer. They just sign it and go. It is always not read by them. It also mostly nowadays it's all coming from the software, where manually it is done. There are always errors also. Okay, and there are some errors which keep continuing for many contracts before it is realized that this error is there, we should correct. Because nobody sees it, not the seafarer sees the contract, nor the office staff see the contract. Okay, so please ensure both office staff and the seafarer should go through this. This is a legal document which is very important, connecting between the seafarer and the company. Okay, pay commencement date and place. This is very classic case where people don't see. I have seen people, they are putting the joining port for Indians, like USA. That is the commencement date and place. Okay, but the salary has already commenced when you depart India. So as I told, this is a legal document, and tomorrow it can lead up to a problem for both seafarers and the office staff. So please ensure these are all very small things which needs to be taken care of. This place is basically, where it is mentioned, is basically the port of engagement, which is called. Okay, till where you want to bring the seafarer back. If it is joining port, then if the vessel is in Korea, you need to fly him back to USA. Okay, because the contract mentioned USA. Okay, so please, it should be logical, and you should understand what is the meaning of the things you mention, you type on the contract letter. Okay, so pay commencement date again, pay commencement. Okay, the date from which the pay commences. Tomorrow you are giving something else, the seafarer can come and complain to Director General or somebody that the people are not paying me as per the contract. Okay, this for the office staff. So please ensure you mention the date correctly. Some contracts are that contract date is this one, and pay commencement departure international airport. Okay, so that is also mentioned in some of the contracts. So please go through it and understand what it actually mentioned. It is the actual pay commencement date or the contract date. So that date component is very, very important, because that is going to decide from when your salary is going to start. So please ensure you go through this, and also the place. Please ensure it should be somewhere in India. If you are an Indian, it should be somewhere in India. If you are an Indonesian, it should be somewhere in Indonesia. If you are a Singaporean, it should be somewhere in Singapore. Okay, so please ensure you check what is the place and the date mentioned in the SCA. Second one, MLC owner name and address. Okay, who is the MLC owner? Okay, MLC owner is mostly 99.9999% it will be the technical manager of the vessel. Okay, who is looking at, if the owner themselves are doing the technical management, then they should be the MLC owner. That is the easiest way you can find out. Actual way is who is having the DOC for that ship, who is the DOC holder. Okay, you can go to equasis.org, you can see the ISM manager. Okay, ISM manager is basically the technical manager. So mostly you will see ISM manager will be the MLC owner of that ship. Okay, so they are basically, why, what is the connection? Because they will also be signing the DMLC part 2. Okay, I had mentioned this in the initial introduction of MLC. There are 3 documents, rather 2 documents. One is the MLC certificate, which is given on the ship, and the second one is the DMLC, which has two parts, which is part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is issued by the flag state of how they want to implement the MLC, and part 1. Part 2 is the company's declaration that we will be taking all this headings so that to ensure we are complying to the MLC. Okay, so these are the 2 parts where we will be the MLC has MLC owner and the address. Okay, MLC owner is the technical manager, as I told. MLC owner is the owner I told, and address is the MLC owner's address. So there will be one registered owner and the other is the MLC owner. Registered owner will be a not a person or a company who is there. That's just a post box address. Because if it is a Panama flag vessel, you will have a Panama address. You are a Liberian flag vessel, you have a Liberia address, and there will be no person there. Okay, so registered owner is for the documentation purpose. The main person who will be responsible for your salary, for your repatriation, everything will be the MLC owner. Okay, you can sign with the crew manager, or there can be other players between you and the MLC owner. You need not always sign the agreement with the MLC owner. So you can have a crew manager in between, or your mining agent in between. So you are signing the contract, but all these people are signing the contract on behalf of the MLC owner. Okay, let's be very, very clear on this. So you should be very clear, and you should have that MLC owner name in the contract. Okay, so it will be there mentioned. So you ensure this is there in the your SCA, so that you know who is the person who is actually responsible for it. Contract duration, again, this is again a very dicey topic where you get into confusion, where some people write 3+1, 4+or-1. So there are so many versions of it, and you have agreed for something else is put on the contract. So please ensure this is all clarified well before you join. After you join, it becomes very challenging that company will say, no, we had mentioned this, you had signed the contract. So that is, once you sign the contract, that means you have accepted and you have read everything and you are agreeing to all the terms and conditions. Okay, so please ensure this is again a point where you should check the contract duration, and this is as per the MLC. The contract duration and the expiry date of the contract should be mentioned in the contract. You cannot just go for infinity number of months on the ship. Okay, and there is also the requirement of you cannot be on board more than 12 months. That is coming later, so that also we will cover. Yeah. Calculation of wages. This also, I can tell nobody sees this, nor the office staff, nor the seafarer. It's all coming from some software. People are signing it blindly and just going. They just see the last figure, gross or net, whatever is mentioned, and then they sign and go. Okay, so please ensure you see the breakup also, how they are coming to that for seafarers. Okay, how they are coming to that calculation. What is the basis of this? How much they are giving? Why they are giving this? For the office staff, please ensure you know what is the basic wages you have. What is the subsistence allowance? What is the shipboard allowance? You have market correction. You have so many other terms and conditions. You have PF, gratuity. How are they calculated? Please know this, because if there is some error in the contract, or everything else goes for 6 months. So please ensure, and there are some certain requirements. You just cannot give anything as basic. There should be some figure which cannot be less than. You cannot give a basic salary less than some figure as per the ILO convention. Okay, so please ensure ILO minimum salary convention. So please ensure this breakup is very, very important. What is the leave wages? How is the leave wages calculated? What is the basis? How many days every month you should give holidays? All those things are there. This is all as per MLC, and this is mentioned in the contract. So please ensure you always check the breakup also. And for seafarers, please once at least add up and see whether it comes to the gross salary what they have put. Sometimes it happens that the addition goes to some other figure. It doesn't match the gross figure only. Okay, so it should not happen like that. So the items are something else and the addition comes to some other figure. So please take out the time and ensure you get the breakup, and you should understand how it comes. And this is also as per MLC. This is the MLC says that this should be there. Death and disability clause, again a very, very important clause. See, these clauses are, I have picked up because usually what happens is the contract of agreement or the Seafarers Employment Agreement, if they don't have a proper CBA or something, it can go up to 9-10 pages. Okay, you can keep on reading all the terms and conditions. It will take a lot of time. You may not have so much time. Okay, so these are the points what I'm covering. These are the bare minimum you have to go through in the contracts. Okay, there are other things also which is mentioned by MLC also that I am not included in this video, because that is not that relevant, because it is already there. It is not that it is not relevant. It is obviously relevant if it is mentioned in MLC. This will be automatically taken care of. You need not think about it. It will be for the company, or it will be for the country itself, or the flag state. So all those things will be covered already. So that is why these are the things where then errors can be made, and you need to double check whether it is mentioned correctly. Okay, so death and disability clause is another very, very important thing. This will also be always be there, but there can be something which is not clearly mentioned. It can be vague, or whenever they come for our license audits, any RPSL company's license audit, they always check this. Okay, what is the clause? Is it actually giving a figure, or it is mentioning a CBA, or there should be something definitive. You just cannot vaguely put something and tell will be covered by P&I Club or something like that. Okay, P&I Club also needs to have some reference of what they should give. They just cannot give as per arbitrarily. As you may know, every February most of the P&I Club insurances expire, and they need to be renewed around February 20th or something is the date. Okay, so they ask for the contract which we are giving, SCA, the P&I Club, so that they can check and see whether they are able to cover the decent disability compensation which is given in the contract. Okay, so this is very important. So please check this. It is not for you. It is for, God forbid something happens to you, it is for your family. So you should be sufficiently covering them in case God forbid something happens to you. Yeah. OT rate and ratings, OT rate for ratings and guaranteed OT. Guaranteed OT again will be part of the contract. This is again based on the calculation of how many hours you need to work, which we'll be seeing a little later. How many hours you can take rest, how many hours you can do on overtime, how many hours you need to have a break, how many hours rest in a week you should have. All those figures are there. Okay, based on that, this is the guaranteed OT, which you feel because you being on a ship, it is not possible that you can do 8 hours per day and all your jobs will be done. There will be conditions, joining, berthing, unberthing, cargo operations, all those categories where you cannot do the 8-hour job and until it's done. So you need to do overtime, and that's why this guaranteed overtime figure is come. Yeah, there's somewhere it can be some CBAs it is 109, some CBAs it is 104. I think ITF it is 109. So 109 hours guaranteed OT you will get, and beyond that, some companies may give additional OT, some companies may not give additional OT. Okay, if they give additional OT, always check the rates. Okay, the rate should be the calculation. I will tell you, it will be minimum 1.25 times of your basic wages. Basic wages for the month, you calculate it for per hour. Okay, taking the number of hours, it is 8 into 5. It is usually 44 hours per week work. 8 5s are 40. That is 5 days, and Saturday half day, so 44 hours. So 44 into 4 weeks. So that will be the number of hours you will be working. That is the normal basic. So you divide that the monthly basic by this figure, and then you compare what is the OT rate to that figure. Okay, so you will know that is 1.25 times the basic pay. So that calculation, this is also there in MLC for your information. Okay, what should be the OT rate? Okay, so and guaranteed OT is mentioned again. They will be based on this OT rate. They'll multiply with the number 109 and then give you the guaranteed OT figure. Okay, so this is very important. If you're having a contract with the OT rate, please check this whether the OT rate is mentioned, so that you don't miss out after you go on board. CBA is applicable. Again, collective bargaining agreement is the this also I will cover in a separate video. I have it in my agenda. There's something called a blue card, there's something called a green card. What are the CBA? There are so many CBAs. What is ITF? What is IBF? There are so many things which I have seen that some people are not very clear. So I have planned to do a video and that also. Let's complete this MLC, then we will do a video on this CBA also. Okay, so this CBA is there. All the terms and conditions, everything is mentioned there. How much leave you should get, what are the holidays in case of death, disability, what you will get, So all the terms and conditions, if there is any tank cleaning, how much you will pay, what are the rest hours, what are the working hours, all those things are mentioned. Okay, if you don't have a CBA, then all the things should be mentioned in the terms and conditions. So terms and conditions replaces a CBA in case a CBA is not signed by the company. Okay, and where the ship without a CBA is very much applicable in MLC. Okay, MLC doesn't tell that a ship has to have a CBA. Okay, you can have, but only thing is you should have all the terms and conditions mentioned and given to the seafarer, and he has read it before signing the contract. If there is a CBA, they may not give you a copy. They will just tell you have a copy on the ship, you can go and read. Okay, in that case, the contract will be 1 or 2 pages. Okay, if there is no CBA signed, then the contract will be 8-9 pages. So that all the terms and conditions are also mentioned in the contract. Okay, CBA is a booklet where, as I mentioned, all the terms and conditions, salary, everything is given. So that will be kept, a copy will be kept on the ship. You can go and go through it. Right, and again, it's a very good idea you go through it so that you will know what are the rights, what you're supposed to get, what you're not supposed to get. All those things are mentioned in the CBA or the terms and conditions, which is apart from what we have discussed till now. So all other things are mentioned in the terms and conditions. Okay, there is one more point, which is the NOK details. This is not part of the MLC, so that is why I kept it separate. Okay, so this again is a very important point. Again, is as per it is not for you, it is for your family. Okay, death and disability clause connects with this. If God forbid something happens to you, then the company and the P&A club should know who the benefit should go to. So this is a very important detail, and I have seen mostly this is neglected and not correctly filled up. Okay, some companies have a different form or separate form for it, and some companies have part of the terms and conditions itself. So people ask how much is the percentage. So you will write wife, children one, child 1, child 2, 100%, 100%. There is no 300% compensation. There is only 100% compensation. Okay, so it will be 50, 25, 25, or 70, 15, 15, or there should be 60, 20. There will be some combination like that. You can add up to 100. You cannot have 100% to everyone. Okay, the details are not correct. There is no address. There is no contact details. This is not checked by the seafarers also. This is not checked by the office staff also. Okay, this is going on a ship is called maritime adventure. The ship going out of port is called adventure. As per the maritime nomenclature, it is called an adventure. Okay, so we are always on adventure. The seafarers always on an adventure. So please ensure, with the adventure, the risk also increases. Okay, adventure comes with a cost. So please ensure this NOK details is taken and checked thoroughly, and seafarers also please ensure this is correctly filled up, and office staff please ensure this is correctly. If mostly ratings, they make some mistakes, please guide them and get it correctly filled up. Don't ignore it. Okay. So this completes the Seafarers Employment Agreement. I think this video has already become long, so I think I will continue the next part in the next video. Next part in the conditions of employment will be the wages. Okay, so next we will cover the wages part. What all you need to check, what is the requirement as per MLC for wages payment. Okay, this we will see in the next video, and continue with this only the 2.2. We have till 2.8. We have a lot of subtitles to go under the title of conditions of employment, which is the title 2. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Take care. Please do comment in the comment section, where I can know whether I have been able to convey what I am trying to tell. And as you may have guessed, this is all extempore. I'm not having any script or anything. I just take down the points from the convention, and I explain to the extent possible what is there in the convention. Okay, please do comment so that I can know that I have reached you, and if any clarification, further clarification required, you can always ask me. I can reply. And also share it with others, share it with your colleagues, share it with other seafarers, so that they are also aware of what is happening, and they can also get the knowledge what you are getting. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Take care. Be safe. Follow CAB. That is COVID appropriate behavior. Yeah, take care.